Cage Minds, Micah Frankel, alongside He's Quick, He's Slick. You're never going to confuse him with Thick. Nick,
right.
He's going to put on 4th of July fireworks in his LFA 176 debut, Phoenix, Arizona. You want to see the sunrise? Here's the stars coming out at night. How you doing, sir?
Oh, that was a good intro.
Trying, man. It looks like you got a lot on your mind, a lot of feelings and emotions ahead of this big moment.
Oh yeah, man, I feel good. You know, I just cut a few pounds, so little like I feel it. You know what I mean? But I'm ready to go. This is my pro debut, so I feel like, you know, I'm gonna look good. You know what I mean, out there, and I'm gonna fucking put it on this guy and hurt him. And then smile at him when I hurt him.
And I think this has like been a great amateur journey for you. It wasn't just MMA. It wasn't just getting in some grappling tournaments. It wasn't just kickboxing, Muay Thai, boxing. I think I'm listing off everything you did. You got as much experience from amateur combat sports competition as I think you could. Why did you feel that was so important?
Well, for one, you know, I feel like experience is king. You know, that's how you become good at fighting, is actually fighting. And doing it in Muay Thai, boxing, kickboxing. Even I wrestled in high school, and I had a good amount of amateur MMA fights too. It just makes you comfortable fighting, and it made me have the ability to be myself in there. My first 20 or something fights, you know, I would fight nervous, I'd fight scared, and then you find how to turn that fear into excitement. And now I'm fucking pumped when I fight. I'm like, let's go, put me in there quicker. You know what I mean? Like there's no fear anymore. I used to not be able to feel my legs, and I used to not be able to eat in the morning. And that's how I knew I wasn't ready to go pro, because like I knew that I wasn't supposed to feel like this. I knew there was a higher level to that feeling. And then sometimes I fight flat and I cut weight wrong. So like I was just always making these mistakes, and then like constantly like refining it until my last couple fights. I kept performing really good, and then I felt good. The weight cut felt good. Backstage felt good. So I was like, I'm ready to go pro. It has now clicked. That's what I was waiting for. It wasn't necessarily like I want an X amount of fights. I'm just like, I want it to all feel good. And that took a while, but I had time on my hands.
What do you feel was the biggest lesson learned through these amateurs to get you to where everything felt right?
My last loss, man. When I went up a weight class, I fought a guy like 20 pounds heavier than me that was a good wrestler. And I was like, I'm not going to cut weight. You know what I mean? And then I fought a guy that was much stronger than me, and he dominated me in the wrestling and humbled me completely, you know? And then that's when, it wasn't like I wasn't already, I was never had too big of a head, but it made me realize I wasn't doing enough. So I just rounded everything out, complete discipline in my life, and then it all started to formulate correctly.
What did it mean when your coaches tell you the next fight that we're looking for, it's going to be your professional one, it's going to be the pro debut? What did that mean to you?
You know, I've actually had a lot of people tell me to go pro a lot earlier, and I was the one being like, I want more amateur fights. So ultimately, like, I just wanted to feel ready, because if I don't feel ready, so it's like this was kind of like my decision. For the last year and a half, I was always getting, when are you going to go pro, when are you going to go pro, even by the coaches. And then I was like, no, not yet. Like I want to fight a couple more times. And then now I was like, okay, now I'll go pro. So it was honestly more like a finally thing than like a, okay, now you're ready thing. So
it's a finally thing. Finally, we're going to see you make the pro debut. We're getting a couple more minutes on the rounds, and now goes on the permanent record. Does it feel like this is going to be any different?
Oh, man, it's just a fight. I'm comfortable in there. I have fun in there. I'm smiling the whole time. I'm loose. It ain't nothing new to me, you know? So it's just, I'm going to go in there, be myself, smiling, hitting this guy over and over again. And yeah, it's a little extra time, but I've also fought 15 minutes plenty of times in the amateurs before because of 5-round fights. So I've fought that duration before, just I guess with little less breaks. But I know what it feels like to fight for 15 minutes. And yeah, I know there's pressure because it's different now. But there's, to make it seem like there's no pressure, will then make my performance come out better. So it's the same. I'm not putting any value to it. I'm going to go in there, have fun, and do my thing. And then he will lay on the floor dead.
Respectfully, yeah. I was about to say, what are your expectations for your performance? But that lays it out there. He's going to be dead. I'm just going to murk him. So okay, I guess I can. Not force it. Look for it. What does it mean to take this next step? Does it feel like a next step in the journey? Because like you said, it's just another fight, but now you go from an amateur to a professional. Does that title change mean anything? Does the change feel like it's a change, or is it just continuing the same journey?
It feels like a little bit of the change in the way that like it excites me, because like, okay, like this is actually like my run at the UFC. Like it's for LFA. It's on UFC Fight Pass. Like, I feel like I really get to show myself now. It's not necessarily like I feel like I have to do stuff different. It's like I can't wait for them now to see me and the work I put in. So it's like, and I feel like I got what it takes to be a star. I feel like I got what it takes for people to notice me. I'm different. I'm exciting. And I'm ready to fucking take this guy out.
What does it feel like, because you've made the walk before, you've gotten in there several times, the ring, the cage, what does it feel like for Nickolas Gjelaj when those lights are bright?
I feel alive, excited. I feel, like loose. It's weird, like, and I used to feel like heavy, like, oh my God, like, holy shit, I'm about to fucking fight this guy. And like, I felt the energy of it, and it made me feel sometimes like almost slow and lethargic before, and I would like try to like fake pump myself up, but then somewhere along the lines, like I learned how to just like appreciate it. And then now, it just feels like home. I've been there so many times. It feels good. It feels right. You know what I mean? I'm in there. I'm like, this feels right. I know when I get inside that LFA cage, it's gonna feel like I belong there, because I feel like this is like pro debut LFA. Sounds about right, you know what I mean? And then I'm gonna fucking do what I gotta do against the UFC. So that's how I'm looking at it. I'm not a big believer in like too much predetermined destiny. I'm gonna make this shit happen, you know what I mean? I don't fucking, people will be saying that corny shit like, oh, this is what I'm destined for. It's like, no, I made this happen, and I will make it happen on Friday too.
LFA 176, UFC Fight Pass Friday night, or the Arizona Financial Theater if you're there in Phoenix. And don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Appreciate you guys watching.